got off work, but I'm gonna get this out because I'm gonna stay consistent with this. And the title of this message is simply "Let Your Shadow Out to Play." Yeah, your shadow is ready to come out to play. So, as we all know, for the most part, anybody that follows like Western astrology, we are in officially in Scorpio season, and we just had the new moon in Scorpio yesterday on the 27th. And just shortly put, and I don't claim to be an astrologer, but I do study at least the basics to understand the energies of the signs, the planets that rule them, and the houses that they govern, to understand the energies that are being intertwined within all of our beings, both collectively and individually. And I understand Scorpio, that holds a very dark energy. And I don't mean dark as in evil. Dark is in that which is hidden, that which is heavy, that which is intense. Scorpio deals with the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, so regeneration, transformation. It deals with intensity. You could throw passion in there. It deals with sex, sexual energy, bonding, so relationships, coming together and whatnot. Basically, those are the main energies that I focus on. Oh, also Scorpio, one of the rulers of Scorpio is Pluto, which is basically like the god of the underworld. It deals with the underworld, or what I like to call the inner world, that which is hidden, but basically influences everything in the outer world. So the message I got with letting your shadow come out to play is we're now in that season going into winter. We are officially in the dark side of the zodiac. We're in the hidden side, the underworld, the inner world. And at this time, like, a lot of work is supposed to be done internally. A lot of work. Sometimes we may be called to like rest. We may be called to reflect. It's more just a lot of internal work. So in doing the internal work, the biggest part of that is facing your shadow. That's why we're in the underworld seasons now, fall into winter, because what's coming up soon is Halloween. That's the time of dealing with the ancestors. The veil is thin, so anything that blocks us from going within or seeing higher dimensions or other realms, it's being removed, and all is being shown to you, more than just externally, but very much so internally. And I feel like a lot of people run from that internal work. So when I say you need to let your shadow out to play, it means you need to surrender to these energies and surrender to this process and allow your true authentic self to come forward. A lot of people, when they hear the term shadow, they automatically think it's something bad. They think the sides of themselves that they don't show the world, and it's always negative, or it's something undesirable. And that may be true at some point, but that's still a part of you that needs to come out. But sometimes your shadow self could literally just be your inner child that's like sitting in a corner of a dark room in fetal position because he or she hasn't received the love that he or she needs to be full, complete, and whole. That could be your shadow self. I always tell myself that adults are nothing but remnants of the wounded child that never healed. Because, like I said, we're still in this 3D realm. We're here to do work. So we all got demons that we're fighting. We all got wounds that we need to heal. And as a matured adult, you're just a remnant of an inner child. You're a remnant of a child that didn't heal. And that's what we need to be conscious of when doing this work, that we're here to heal our inner child so we can integrate that childlike innocence. That's why in the Bible it says a child will lead them. That innocence, that purity, that imagination, that creativity, that creative spark that children have is divine. That's Godhood contained in a small vessel, but the mind and the ego is not mature enough to utilize it in this realm. And that's where your adulthood comes. It comes with maturity, it comes with experience, it comes with more logic. It's putting the maturities, like the masculine energy, and the innocence and the purity is pure chaos. That's the feminine energy. It comes into balance when we come to adulthood. So in doing the inner work, you need to let your shadow out to play. You need to take a step back, pull your ego back, and humble yourself, and allow your demons to come out the closet. Allow your pain to surface so that you can feel those inner desires that you hide. Let them out. Because how would you truly know who you are and how you are as a being if you don't see all sides of yourself? Dimensional, we're multi-layered, we're multifaceted. There are many parts to us. And if you constantly focus on the one part that you are showing to the world, how will you be whole and how will you be complete? Right? So it's time for us, not you. When I say you, I'm speaking to all of us. So I'll just say it's time for us. We're in the seasons now. If anybody is truly paying attention, a lot of stuff is coming to light. It's being revealed because we are in the underworld. And that which is hidden will always be shown. My sayings to myself came up on that message when last time I took a journey on shrooms. That which is hidden will always be shown. And it's speeding up. Things are moving so much quicker now because so many people are waking up and are coming back into their awareness and being conscious that they are gaining more light. We're gaining more light. Therefore, we are lighting up all this darkness. We are the ones that are revealing people's shadows. Have you ever noticed, if you're somebody who's like truly conscious and doing the work, you don't have to say much when you come around people that aren't. Your presence does that. It's like a meme floating around, like some people won't like you when you come around them because your spirit irritates their demons. You don't have to say nothing. You could be pure as hell. You could be the best person walking, and all you have to do is walk into a room, and you walk to that room will be the stone that caused that dog to holler, that hit dog to holler. Just your presence, just being there, because your light is so bright, ready to face. And that's not your fault, and it's not their fault. That just means in that time you were destined to be in that place to illuminate that which people have kept hidden. That's ultimately the best work we're here to do, is to illuminate all darkness so it can all be healed and integrated back into one. We're moving back into source, back into a sense of neutrality. The pendulum is swinging back the opposite way, but before it can hit the opposing side, it has to swing back to neutrality, this state of oneness, this state of wholeness. Okay, so simply put, I don't want to be on here too long. Let your shadow come out to play. Let it dance. If a part of you says, man, I just want to get naked, don't just run out the street streaking, but in the comforts of a place that you feel safe and secure, get naked. Your shadow is saying, I want to be free in all of my authenticity. If your shadow says, man, like I'm out, like I just want to be alone, I'm out of this shit, find time to make find the time to carve out even a piece of your day, even if it's for 10 minutes, to block out the world and be by yourself and be in peace. It's not always bad things. If your shadow self says, man, I'm hurting because we've been through this shit, that shit, and I'm tired of holding this shit in, find some time to release, heal, go cry, go out somewhere and scream, feel your feelings, but don't become them. Okay, don't identify with the emotions, just feel them and give them the respect and the love that they deserve. Your undesired emotions are just as important, and they deserve to be felt and experienced as well. See them as entities. The entity of fatigue and stress and anxiety, those are still entities and a part of yourself. Feel them. They need love too. They wouldn't be plaguing you. Those parts of yourself wouldn't be plaguing you or bothering you if they didn't need that love too. So give it to them. Because when you heal those aspects of yourself, you heal yourself and you become more whole and more full. So stop holding back in this season. Don't fight it. Don't fight this change. Don't resist what's coming to the surface. Don't resist what's being brought to the forefront of your minds. Don't resist. Don't hold back. Be mindful. Do it in discernment and do it with discretion and with some tact. But stand in your truth authentically and officially. This is like a final test. We in like final season. You know, when you're in school, you take finals in your classes to truly pass your class and move on. We in final season right now. That's what the underworld is. Everybody is being cycled back around to the lessons that they have claimed to have gotten right, to see, did you really learn what you need to learn? Like, are you truly ready to move on? So if you fail those lessons, you're going to hit another cycle of it. You taking another class. You taking the same class, going over the same thing in a different form until you get it right. But if you can find a way to make peace with your shadow, to befriend your shadow, invite your shadows, invite your demons and sides to dinner, bro. Set a place for them, a placement at the table, and y'all chop it up like grown men and women. Just be like, what's up, man? What's bothering you? Like, really, if you got to, and like, talk to yourself as if you're talking to another person, and watch what you say. Allow yourself to speak freely to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a hug. Give yourself the compliments that you've always wanted to hear. Give yourself the support that you've always needed. Smile at yourself so you can see that love and that beauty that you've always desired. You know what I mean? Diddle your skittles, ladies. Like, give yourself some love, some pleasure. Talk that chicken, guys. Like, real talk. Because when you do that, you allow your higher self to come through to heal your lower self, which is your shadow. You will become one in your being. It's many aspects of yourself. And in healing yourself, you heal bloodlines, you heal ancestors, you heal spirits that are in your being, in your DNA. And you are raising a level of consciousness, not only in your individual being, but your entire environment, that all who come around you. Like, it's just time for us to do that, y'all. And we got to be honest about shit. Be honest with yourself. You can't lie to your shadow. You can't lie to your shadow. That just creates a bigger shadow. And the more you feed that shadow, the bigger and the heavier and the darker it gets, to the point that it will consume you and take over until it gets what it needs. Okay? Darkness absorbs light, so it's going to continue to consume until the most powerful light of all, which is just that of unconditional love, steps in and just shares itself with the shadow. Okay? So give yourself the love you need. Let your shadow come out to play. Let it dance in the moonlight. Let it sing to its favorite music. Let it dance to its favorite songs. And allow it to reveal what it needs. Because it is just you. You are coming back. And in order to make space for the higher self, to fulfill your vessel so that you walk in authentic truth, you got to face the darkness that is taking up space right now. So let it out to play and watch what happens. And that's all I have to say. You can get at me if you want readings. I do tarot and oracle and intuitive readings and channel messages. You can email me at Monique, MoniquePytn @gmail.com. You can follow me on IG at Moyana, MEAUX_YANNA, and DM me for a reading. Or if you just want to talk, like, I'm here to meet people that's on this wave. But yeah, definitely do the work. Consult your ancestors. If you got angels or spirits that you work with, nature spirits, like certain parts of nature, like trees, certain flowers, certain herbs that are calling you. They're calling you for a reason, because they're ready to work with you. That frequency that those aspects of nature are coming online within you. So it's just matching your vibe, and they're just here to assist you. Those nature spirits are just here to work with you. So allow the help to come in as it shows up, and simply do the work. And happy new moon.